Today we are going to be working on adding fractions with unlike denominators. The problem we will be working with today is 1/2 plus 2/3. This means we need to take out our halves and thirds in our fraction pieces. First, I'm going to start with our halves though. As you can see, there are two parts the whole is broken into, or also known as 2 halves. If we have 1/2, then we know one count is going to be shaded within the 2 parts. So I'm going to highlight that one part. Now we're going to work with the 2/3. So we're going to take our thirds out. As you can see, there are 3 parts the whole is broken into. If we have 2/3, then we know 2 is the count that is going to be shaded within the 3 parts. So I'm going to highlight those 2 parts. Now that we have our correct shaded parts, we need to form same size pieces by finding the least common multiple of the denominators. We want to convert each of our pieces into 6 parts. This will make the partition size the same when working with both fractions. First, we will use our 1/2 and cut it into 6 parts. This is doubling the count of partitions and doubling the count of shaded partitions. So I'm going to make 6 parts here. They're not completely even, but that's okay. Next, we will use our 2/3 and also cut it into 6 parts. This would be tripling the count of partitions and tripling the count of shaded partitions. So I will put that here. Now that we have equal sized parts of 6 for each fraction, we can start adding the shaded parts together. So what I'm going to do is group this together and group this together. Oops. And put them next to each other. What I also want to do is move a 1/2 over here and a 1/3 over here. And do the same thing we just did. Okay. And now we see that there are 3 shaded on this one and 4 shaded on this one. So I'm going to bring it up to this and highlight 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when you're finding the answer and putting the parts together, I want you to count by 6. So you have 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, 6 6, which is also equal to 1 whole. And then we'll start over, 1 6. That's all we have because that's the only shaded part. So that is another way of getting our answer of 1 and 1/6.